Hello friends and welcome. So last year we bought the two Gravely Model LIs. It was from the same seller, and they came with three snow plows, two Brush Hog attachments, two brand new tires, which we already put on this 57 Gravely that we're keeping here, and also we took this deck right here and we make sure it wasn't leaking any fluid, and then we tested it out in the field here, and the clutch was slipping on the mower deck. The slip clutch, just cutting grass, it was slipping. So we took the deck off and then we adjusted the clutch on that, and that seemed to be all right. Now between the two Brush Hogs that we got with the tractors, it came with the mulching accessories for the deck, for one of the decks. It came with everything. I'll show you that a little later. Okay, now the problem with this one is, okay, we adjusted the clutch and then we changed the gear oil on it and we tested it, and it tested out to be fine. But the only problem is somebody welded the guard on here in the front and in the back. It was probably rattling, and I don't know. You could easily either change the bolts that hold the mount on there or tighten them up, whatever you can do, but they chose to weld it. So this deck here is useless to us. Now the other 57 Gravely LI that we're selling is on the trailer right now, and I have the snow plow on that, thinking that we would get some decent amount of snow and I could sell it that way. I took it off the marketplace about a month and a half ago. I just took it off. So what I want to do is, between the two decks we short one blade, and I want to show you what I did, the blade I bought, and what we're going to do today, and then I'll explain to you everything else as far as the blades go. So what we're going to begin to do now is I'm going to take the blade off this one here, and I'll show you what blade we bought. We're going to modify a blade that I bought, and I'll explain everything to you in about a minute or so. I don't know if I could put this camera here so you can see what I'm doing. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the mower deck here, and we're going to angle it so we can work on it. As far as the oil goes, everything seems to be alright. No oil leaked out. The bottom seal is fine. That's where it usually leaks from. So okay, so we're going to be using a 1" and 7/16 socket to get the blade off. Or you can use a 36 millimeter. That'll fit too. I have both. So I'll explain to you about the different blades and the problems that there are trying to get this 3/8 blade on here. You can't buy it. They're not available anymore. I looked the blades up on Richard's Lawn and Garden. He's in West Virginia. He's great. I get all my parts from him. First time I call him to get parts, I say, "You want the part numbers?" No, I know what that, and everything he sends me, all the parts are fine. Now he still lists the 3/8 blade. He still lists that. So I don't know when the last time he updated his prices are, because the 3/8 is not available. You can still buy the 5/16 stack. I'm talking about the thickness of the blade. These are 30-inch blades. And from what I've been hearing from different guys, Gravely guys, I don't remember who, these 3/8 are not available anymore. And there's another story to that I have to tell you. might have to let the compressor, I'm going to bleed some air off the compressor and let it build up again. So I'll be back to you in a minute. Might have to oil the gun too. Alright, let's try it again. I'm using a 36mm socket this time. It's longer, so you're not going to get as much leverage, but oh no. We got problems already. Everything always has to be a problem. I'll be back. Well, I had the deck off. I had it upside down. I sprayed some PB Blaster down in there. Then I took my propane torch and I was heating up the nut. But I wanted to be careful not to get everything too hot because I don't want to ruin the seal in there. That didn't work. I kept hammering and hammering with the gun. I don't know if the gun is weak. I know I put this blade on. And I used the Harbor Freight air gun here. I don't know if the gun is dying. So what I did was I put the deck back on the tractor, turned it on its side. I used this big pipe here for leverage. I stuck a 4x4 in here so the blade wouldn't turn. So I broke this ratchet, snapped it. This ratchet here just snapped right here, and then I went as far as to ruin my torque wrench here. It's a Harbor Freight. Snapped that. I only have 1/2 inch drive wrench ratchet left, so I don't want to ruin that. So I don't know what I'm going to do as far as getting this off. I have no idea. My friend Joe just pulled out of here. I tried to wave him down. He probably thought I was just waving to him. Yeah, Joe, I was trying to get a hold of you. He watches my videos. But I want to see if, I don't know if I have to use a 3/4 inch drive air gun on it. What's starting to happen is we're going to end up stripping this here from beating on it with the air gun. And I only have 6-point sockets. I have a 36mm in the inch and 7/16. I did the best thing to do is use a 6-point socket with a 3/4 inch air gun, which I don't have. I don't know if anybody around here might have one. So we're at a standstill with this now. I have to decide what to do, how I'm going to get this blade off. This blade has to come off. Alright, so we can't go on any further until I get this blade off here. And I'll be back to you. In the last segment, I misspoke. What I have is I have two 12-point sockets, and then I was talking about we should be using a 6-point. Now my friend Richard Applegate lent me a 3/4 inch breaker bar. And this is a 6-point socket. The nut is starting to get a little rounded there. I don't understand this because I've put these blades on and off with an air gun for years and years. So I don't understand what happened here with this. So we got our 4x4 back under there to hold the blade. I got the pipe out here too. And we'll see if we can get it off with this. Otherwise, I don't know what we're going to do here. Try it with the pipe, I guess. We hope we don't break anything again. socket off. Oh boy, I finally got it. What I did was I just gave it the breaker bar here a couple of whacks with the well, not a couple, it took me still 10 minutes. Kept hitting it with the sledgehammer here, and I can't believe how tight this was on here. Now I'm gonna have to try to get the socket off here. I'll just have to twist it this way and wedge the block up here so I can get the socket back off. We're definitely putting this back on by hand. That I could assure you. And I'll put some anti-seize on there too, and I'll just tighten it up by hand. So it was still tough trying to get it off. Trying to use the pipe, I was lifting the tractor, everything. I just couldn't get it with the pipe. So I'll be back to you shortly. Okay, so as I said before, I checked into Richards, and the 5/16 blade was like $20 something, and like I said, I don't know when the last time he updated prices were. And plus, if I ordered it from him, the blades are pretty heavy, so the shipping from West Virginia to New Jersey would probably be unbelievable. Probably cost just as much as the blade, the way shipping prices are these days. Alright, so what I did was I went online and I found an Oregon blade here, but the center hole, I measured off the threads on this, but if you don't have a caliper tool, what I did was I took a 7/8 wrench, open end wrench, and it fit right on there, 13/16 wooden. So I ordered this Oregon 13/16 this blade here with a 13/16 hole, and what I did was I ordered a step drill too, which I'll be showing you. Okay, so the step drill I ordered was $9.95 plus tax. I have Amazon Prime, so it was free shipping for the blade and for the step drill. So what we're going to do is, we don't have much to go. As you can see, the blade almost fits on here. Okay, so we don't have that much of a hole to make here. So I'm just going to I'll get set up, and I'll show you what we'll do next. I'll leave a link to the step drill and the blade in the description. This is the step drill right here. Some of these step drills are a lot of money. Like I said, I paid like 10 bucks with the tax, a little over 10. I already cut myself with these. This is very sharp, so be careful with them. So I got some masking tape I used for a band-aid. So what you want to do is, we're going to start drilling it, and what you want to do is you want to flip the blade over and keep drilling it. You don't want to go too crazy with it. You want to just drill it out enough so it fits onto the mower deck. So let's see what happens here. I put the blade in the vise this way so we don't crimp this. Some blades are curved different ways, I guess, for suction and circulation and so on. And this blade is straight. So how it's going to work on there, I don't know. But we're going to put this deck on the tractor that we're selling. So I'm going to suggest not to do brush hogging with mowing down saplings and stuff like that. It would be good for high grass and stuff, I would imagine. I almost did it again. Cut my finger. And by the way, this drill here is a hunk of junk. I really don't know how far we have to go. I'm just going to have to keep on walking back and forth and trying it. want on a little bit more. I'll just show you one more time or so, and I'll take you off camera, and I'll just keep drilling until it fits on there. And we're just going to test it on the machine we're keeping. I'll let it run, make sure there's no vibrations. Then we'll take it out in the field. The grass hasn't grown much yet, but just to try it, we'll try it. I paid $55 at Harbor Freight for this piece of junk. You live and you learn. As far as this step drill goes, don't hold me to it how good it is, but as long as it gets this job done for now, it's good enough for us here today. If it fits now. If not, I'm going to pause you and then I'll come back to you. I'll probably have to drill this out a little more. I really don't have much more to go with this, so let me just finish this up real quick and then I'll be back to you. Okay, so the battery powered drill, that wasn't cutting it. So I tried to use my drill press, and it seems that the belt's not slipping on it, but it seems like the motor's weak, and it would just like not have the power to even start to cut it. I don't know if I burned it out. We didn't use it that much here, the drill press, that I burned it out, so I don't know what's up with that. So I have my old Craftsman electric drill. That thing's half dead too. So I was able to get this drilled out with that. So the only important thing I have to tell you is make sure you have a good drill when you do this, because I was really fighting this pretty hard here. Another thing that I didn't realize when I was looking at the description of this blade here, you see how this is? It's not flat. Okay, so these spacers here, if you wanted to set the blade to cut higher, which every one of these brush hogs I got, they're all set to the lowest point. But the only problem, like I said, is I have to leave the blade at this height. Now, you could probably buy spacers that'll fit in between here to fit the shaft. I'm sure you can, because these spacers are pretty big here. So I'll let whoever see. This is, as soon as I put this on the other tractor we're selling, this is going, this whole unit here. So I'll just let him know not to brush hog with it. If he wants to buy the 5/16 blade, I think this is less than 5/16. I'm not sure exactly what it is. I think it said 0.625. I don't know what that's equivalent to. So it's about the, that's about the only thing I have to say about this. I don't know if this is a suicide mission here or what, but I'm going to start it up. I'm going to run the blade, see if there's any vibration. Try and think if there was anything else I needed to tell you. Like I said, I'll leave the description for the step drill and the blade. The step drill made it through this, but I suggest buying the more expensive one. I think I've seen them range from the $10 we spent to over $100. You can make up to 1.25 inch hole with that. That I know, but you get what you pay for. So I think after doing this blade here, that thing's had it for that. I mean, you can use it for smaller holes and whatnot. And I guess when I had the deck upside down, I don't know if this has a vent on top, I know the plug is tight, but it looked like it leaked some fluid, so I'm going to check the gear oil in it and top that off real quick. And coming up, we'll be working on the brush hog that we're keeping, and we're going to make that a mulcher brush hog. I don't know if I mentioned it before. The orange brush hog that I have in here that we use here, the nut came right off with the air gun. I took the blade off because I'll show you what we're going to do with that. We're going to need 2 blades for the next upcoming video we're making on the mulcher brush hog. So if I don't get back to you, because I'm going to be running this, we'll see if it vibrates, then I'll take it on the field and we'll make a couple of passes back and forth. If I don't talk to you anymore, I hope you got something out of this. If you want to just spend $20 just to throw a blade on here and buy a step drill and just drill the hole out, and it'll fit. But like I said, you can't adjust the height. I'll leave a description for the step drill, the blade. Also, Richard Applegate, he works on classic cars that he owns. Last year I went with him and he bought a 1939 Model A Ford. So he's been doing some work on that. Plus he's got a video of him test driving it. That's a really cool car. Yeah, I went with him when he went to go pick it up. And they towed it to his house and he did different things to it. He worked on it. And like I said, he's got a test drive too. He does. Yeah, so I'm grateful. Thank you, Rich, for the lending me that 3/4 inch setup there. Breaker bar, and it's a 3/4 inch drive actually is what we used here. And I guess I'll see you all on the next one. Thanks for watching and take care. But don't shut off your computer or your phone yet. We're gonna test this thing out, and then I'll just close the video right out. Okay, take care. Here, another problem. The cutting edge. It's like the blade's on the upside down. Another problem. So you see how this is beveled here? I'm suggesting to you not to even do this. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take the blade off, and you see the spacers here? I'm just going to grind this down flat here and hope for the best. I'll do this side, I'll do it on my bench grinder, and on this side here. This way we can put the blade back on the other way. So my suggestion to you is just get a Gravely blade, no mess around with this. Oh, the 3/8 blade that I think I showed it to you because it was on here. Somebody had one. I was looking to see what size the hole was in the blade so I could buy a blade like this or whatever, and I couldn't find that. But what I did find is somebody on eBay, they had a 3/8 Gravely. It was a Gravely blade. It was 3/8. It wasn't square anymore. It was almost at a point here. He wanted $90 for it. I mean, I scrapped blades better than that. And then it was a left-handed. Some of these decks came with a left-handed rotation, which this blade would have been fine on a left-handed rotation. It was a brand new blade, and the guy wanted $125 for that. But all right, let me see what I could do here with this. Don't do this. Don't do it. Not for the fact that it's taking so long to do, but I'm going to render this maybe unsafe. I might have to buy a blade for this thing. Anyway, we'll see how it works. I mean, there's no harm in flattening this out here. I think it'll be alright. We'll see what happens. But, alright, so it's been one thing after another. Couldn't get the nut off. Had bad drills to drill this out. Alright. I'll be right back to you. Okay, so I did what I had to do here, and it's pretty flat, and we're going to put it on here and try it. I am not selling that tractor with this brush hog with this blade. What we're going to do is we're going to use this blade because we have to use a double blade for the mulcher brush hog that we're going to be setting up. So I'll just use this blade on there. Alright, and this is the blade here, the 5/16 blade. That's going back on here after we test the tractor, and I'll sell it with this blade. I will not take any chances trying to sell this like this with this blade here. It's okay, it's safe. I would say it's safe. It's fine. For me, it's fine. But I don't want that responsibility. So this idea, like I said before, of using this Oregon blade, it's a bad idea for these tractors because the spacers are so wide here. So, alright. I think after I bolt the blade on, I think we can finally test it.